ask you a couple questions on here. Just for a couple minutes. And, and then we have to get on live because I have some work to do.
Hey, what up, Dwight? What's poppin', bro?
What's up, my brother?
How's everything going with you, man?
Amazing.
Yeah, man. What inspired you to be part of the app? Can you hear me?
What inspired me to be a part of the app or a
Yeah,
part of climate change?
the
Which
app,
one?
the app.
The app is my app.
Yeah. So what inspired you to make it and all that good stuff?
Oh, well, I have felt over the years that social media could either be used to hurt or harm
Mm,
someone. And I think a lot of people in our society use social media to harm people.
mm,
And what we did with Peak Story was trying to find an app, or trying to find a place, a positive
mm,
place for people to go, be able to post stories and post their truths without, any negativity and,
mm,
any bad comments or people bashing them. I don't think people really understand the power of words. They've
mm,
always told us growing up that, words can never hurt you, but words are very powerful. What you say and what you speak
mm.
with your tongue, life and death is in the power of tongue. And I think it's very important that people understand that. So I think that was the biggest reason why I wanted to, get this app, is to spread more truth, spread more positivity. And I think we need that in our society, especially with everything that's going on with, just like I said earlier, climate change. Then you have also just the negativity, things that we see on the TV, the killings, everything that's happening, all this negativity, this negative energy.
Yeah.
Those are the things that cause problems with your health, with your spirit, and things like that. So we wanted to find a place on the internet, social media, that's really good. You can use anything that you do in life for either good or bad. And
Mm-hmm.
with this social media app, we have chosen, to do good with, what we've been blessed with.
Yeah, most definitely, man. And I use my platform because I do podcasting, Big Baby Sports. I use it every time, like when I'm like feeling down. I talk about the Lakers and stuff, and it actually helps me. Cause I have got diagnosed with
Good,
depression. I got diagnosed with depression disorder, so when I'm feeling depressed and stuff, I was like, man, I want to give up. But when I podcast, that's my therapy. You know what I mean?
I think that a lot of times people can give us, a diagnosis of what they think we are, but I think it's really all in our brain.
Yeah.
It's all in how we handle situations in our life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I saw a movie, and in the movie, this guy was at a counseling center. He was getting counseling,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. And he said, people think I'm crazy, and they said, never use that word crazy. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you're not crazy. And it's basically like, I know that I shouldn't be depressed. I can't allow whatever's going on around me to make me crazy or to
Yeah.
make me, depressed and stuff like that. I feel like you gotta always stay balanced, but I
Yeah.
always realize that, you know, you gotta have joy no matter what's going on. It's not about money. It's not about fame or glory. You have life. You're alive. You
Mm-hmm.
have a wonderful life. We're blessed here to be able to just live. It's a lot of places in the world, that
Yeah.
we could be, but we were chosen to be in this particular moment in time. So I think that you have to allow yourself to
Mm-hmm.
you have to allow yourself to, well, you don't allow what people say or what anybody say to affect your mind and who
Yeah.
you really are. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think you're crazy. I don't think that you are in a depressed state. I think that you went through something in life
Because my
that
dad
caused
passed
you to
away.
go through a depression or through a period
Yeah.
of depression, and that's okay. We all go
Hmm.
through it. When I lost last year in the playoffs, I went through some depression.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I didn't want to lose,
my dad passed
so
away last year,
but that,
beginning of.
everything is going to pass. Nothing is going to last forever.
Yeah.
The good times, the bad times, no matter whatever it is, it's going to have a moment, and it's going to go, and then it's going to be a new beginning. So, I think that playing in the NBA, that has kind of given me a lesson and taught me that.
Mhm.
When I first got to the NBA, I used to cry after every game that we lost because I
Mhm.
didn't want to lose.
Mhm.
I hated losing. But we
Yeah.
play so many games, it's like, man, you got another chance to get it right. You got another chance to get it together,
Mhm.
So I started realizing that. It kind of helped me with my everyday life, the things that I
Yeah.
had to deal with, issues and stuff like that. Um,
Mhm. But
you know,
but but like my dad passed away beginning of 2021. Literally, while I was on a podcast, got the text saying my dad passed away, and it was during before Laker game, Lakers pregame show. I'm like, whatever. I ignored it, like tried to ignore it, and I kept getting the text, and I broke down crying on my Big Baby Sports Live, and that affected me. And then I was about to give up podcasting. A quote from Nipsey Hussle: "Marathon continues.
hmm
Life is a marathon. You're gonna have ups, downs, but you gotta keep pushing through it."
that
You know
is
what I mean?
absolutely correct. And your father will always be with you. One,
Yeah.
because you came from him, so your spirit,
Yeah.
his spirit is in you forever.
Mhm. Mhm.
His spirit is always going to be around you as well because energy never dies; it just changes
Mhm.
forms. So
Yeah.
he may not be here in the physical, but he's around you. He's with you every day. In
Yeah.
spirit form. So
Mhm.
you don't ever have to, feel like he's not there. I know that, it's a time where you go through grieving and stuff like that. And I totally understand that. And, I don't
Yeah,
know
man.
how that feels, personally. So I can't necessarily, say anything about that. I also understand that, you know, on the spiritual side of things, that you got to
Mhm.
stay positive and always remember that, we are, like I said earlier on the live, that we're
Mhm.
spiritual beings having a physical experience. So
Yeah.
we're all part of each other.
Mhm.
We're here together, and your pops, like I said, is definitely with you every day.
Mhm.
When you look in the mirror, when you look around you, when you breathe,
Yeah.
he's here with you. So just remember that.
Yeah. Most definitely, man. But yeah, just lately I've been going through a lot too with other personal things, and I watch your highlights, man, and helps me keep pushing your workout videos that you be posting, man. Helps me
hmm
get going. Like you inspire me, bro.
You got to keep pushing, but you can't speak. You can't speak negative.
Yeah.
Whatever's going on, you got to always stay positive.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff I deal with, but I deal with it with a smile on my face,
Yeah, but yeah, I be getting
and
hateful comments. I be getting hateful comments,
that's
man, about my
fine. That's
shows.
fine. Don't
And
worry
but here's the
about.
thing, though. I look at it and I say, okay, and I use that as motivation to
But
prove them
why do
wrong.
you worry about it? You're going to get that. You're going to get people who's going to hate on you, who's going to tell you that you can't do this and that. If I would have listened to all these people, I wouldn't be in the NBA for 18 years.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So um, there would be no need for me to, allow, you know, issues and things like that, and to people who've hurt me to allow me to stop, you know, living and being who I am. You're gonna deal with that kind of stuff. You're gonna
Hmm.
deal with people who hate you for no reason. You're gonna be the bad guy in somebody's story in life.
Hmm.
So no matter what you do, you just
Yeah.
gotta stay locked in to what your purpose is. And if it's the podcast, you gotta be your best at the podcast. So that means just like you see me in the lab and the rest of these basketball players
Yeah.
put in work, you got to put in work with your podcast, which means you got to get out there and figure out the best questions to ask. You got to get out there and figure out, how I could be the best at doing this podcast. Let me find out what some of the best podcasts around the world. Let me practice. It's the same thing. So when I see people talking about what he's not doing or what I'm doing in the gym and stuff like that, I
Hmm.
don't care. Because if I did, I wouldn't be in the position that I was in. We see those comments And, we see those comments. I see people saying, why are you working on this? And why are you doing this? And why don't you just, I had one guy say, why don't you just go in the gym and practice rebounding? Why do I need to sit in the gym and practice rebounding? I mean, listen, I'm not cocky at all, so don't take
Mm-hmm.
this in a cocky way, anybody. I'm number 11 all time in rebounding.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think I really need to sit in the gym for 2 hours and jump up and down and practice on rebounds? No,
No.
it's no need for me to go and practice
Mm-hmm.
doing that. I know how to rebound, and rebound is about heart
Yeah.
and being a dog, and ain't got nothing to do with about, practicing. I know how to rebound, doing it my whole life,
Mm-hmm.
so it's always going to be people that try to tell you or knock you off your rocker. They don't know rocker. They don't know what they're talking about because they're not doing this. They're not in your shoes. If nobody has walked in your shoes, how can they tell you how to live?
True.
You got to stay vertically aligned with the Most High and horizontally aligned,
Mm-hmm.
with the earth. Stay grounded. Keep your eyes on the Most High.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. You can't worry about what people say. People are going to talk. They're going to say whatever they want to say. Why are you dribbling? They're not going to want you to dribble in the game. Why are you shooting threes? They're not going to want you to shoot threes. If you see, all right, this, imagine a old house that was made in the 80s.
Yeah.
You put a whole new subdivision around that house. What's the only way you'll be able to keep that house up?
So what was that?
What's the only way you'll be able to keep that house if it's surrounded by a whole bunch of new houses and a whole bunch of new neighborhoods? And this house was built in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, you got to go in there and you got to redo the house.
Yeah, we do the house. Yeah.
The house can't stay the same. Because if it do, they're
Yeah.
just going to come tear it down. Or they going
Yeah.
to move it out of the way. Because it's not going to be needed.
Cause
So,
yeah.
yes,
Cause
the foundation can stay the same, but you still got to build on that foundation. I can keep that same foundation. But
yeah.
like these people saying, you can upgrade that house. You can put some new appliances in there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Put a new refrigerator in there. Put
Yeah.
a new shower in there. The old shower don't work no more. So things like that you gotta,
Yeah.
it's the same thing you have to do with your podcast. You hear me?
Yeah.
So I hope you're
And
listening and paying
yeah.
attention. I want to get some more people on here. I only got a couple more minutes left.
All right,
So I
man.
appreciate
Appreciate you.
you.
Yeah, man.
And I guess you got to sign out.
Yeah, I got you, bro. Do your
All right.
thing, bro.
All right.